Can't hear myself. Mic check, 1, 2.
Mic check, mic check.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Slightly.
Yeah.
You're not very.
I'm not very loud. Test, test. Yeah, I'm just faint. Yeah.
Much better. Whoa.
Can you just
actually
turn
kind
us
of
down
loud.
in our ears
Just
a
a little down.
Down.
A little bit more down.
A little more. Okay, that's
Yep.
good.
Yep. Great.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. Oh, we didn't have to.
Are my eyes actually open? Hell yeah, they are. Hell yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh my god, love that.
They're like wide open, Evan.
I've matured this summer, you know? Welcome to Detroit Country Day High School, where this is a historic day. The WBL Showcase is here. The Women's Basketball League is back, and so are the Detroit Shock, taking on the Cleveland Rockers on an August Friday afternoon into the early evening. Welcome to the Therapeutic Connections Counseling Services pregame show for this WBL Showcase game between the Detroit Shock and the Cleveland Rockers. Evan Stockton, Alexis Ayala, glad to have you wherever you're watching, however you're watching. Lex, to be part of an event like this, to be a part of the return of professional basketball here in Greater Detroit, especially the return of a team named the Detroit Shock. How cool is this?
It's the coolest thing in the world, Detroit Shock being back in Detroit. Detroit Shock won championships in 03, 06, 08, and not only were they winners, they also had supporters. The fans came out, they broke records, over 27,000 people in attendance way back in 03 for the Detroit Shock, and to have something like this back, it's only going to get the community more excited again.
You know, the exciting thing about this event specifically, Lexi, is yes, you have the names of Detroit Shock and Cleveland Rockers, but you have a lot of local ties. You've got a lot of women on the floor today who played high-level collegiate basketball, who played their high school basketball here in the state of Michigan. You and I cover a lot of Mid-American Conference basketball. Number 11 for the Detroit Shock, Michelle Austin, former Ball State Cardinal and Eastern Michigan Eagle, also a former Wayne Memorial Zebra. You got some former Country Day players in the mix here today. It's going to be fun to see a lot of these women who maybe haven't played for a little bit, a couple of months off, preparing to go play professionally someplace else. You can see it by the smiles on their faces. They're excited for an opportunity like this.
Seriously, legends in the Detroit community in women's basketball. And then not to mention, Cleveland Rockers are bringing back Tyler Bennett, who played here at Detroit Country Day, won 2 championships. She's back in the school that she was a champion already at. So that's just bringing back so many memories for these players.
Yeah, I think that's another important facet of this event being held at Country Day, which on the boys' side has a very proud basketball history. Chris Webber played here, Shane Battier played here, but on the women's side of things in high school basketball in Michigan, Lexi, if you're making a list of the best girls basketball programs year after year, Country Day has to be on the list. So the fact that this event is being held here at Country Day, where so many great women's basketball players have played over the years, just adds to the special nature of the event.
Honestly, Evan, I'm getting terrible flashbacks being in this gym senior year of high school when my basketball team thought we had a state championship caliber team. We came in. Coach Long thought we were ready to scrimmage Detroit Country Day. Well, they whooped us. They whooped us, and we were humbled real quick that the state champions, like, we had nothing on them. There was a different level of basketball here at Detroit Country Day.
Preparing for our national anthem here, getting set for Detroit Shock and Cleveland Rockers as you're watching the Therapeutic Connections Counseling Services pregame show. Slated starters, by the way, for the Detroit Shock. It'll be Jazz Powell, 5'6" guard from Detroit, played here at Country Day. Played her college basketball at Tennessee, where once upon a time she was teammates with Rakia Jackson, who was Miss Basketball at Detroit Edison and now is doing outstanding things with the LA Sparks. The aforementioned Michelle Austin also scheduled to start for the Shock. Tay Grays from Detroit, played her college ball at DePaul, very good player back in the day in her 5 seasons down on the South Loop of Chicago. Gioreo Whitsitt, 5'11" guard from Ann Arbor, former Texas A&M Aggie, slated to start for the Shock. And Rose Mishaw, who played a couple of places Division I basketball, started at Minnesota, then ended her career at Virginia Tech, another former Zebra and Wayne Memorial. She'll start as well, Lexi. I'm excited to see what Mishaw can do for the Shock today.
I'm really excited to see what Mishaw can do for the Shock today. She had honorable mention all Big Ten after her sophomore season, averaging nearly a double-double in college, and she's just so excited to get back out here and play for the WBL.
As for the Rockers, slated starters, Sadrea Rougeau, 5'7" guard from Ypsilanti, played some college ball at Clarion University in Pennsylvania and also Goshen College in Indiana. That's one of your starters for the Cleveland Rockers, wearing those black jerseys. Deja Vance from Sterling Heights also slated to start. Mariah Mitchell, Markeela Snipes, and Tyler Bennett. Number 35 for the Rockers, played some really high-level collegiate basketball. Lexi finished in North Carolina, also a lot of time at Clemson in the ACC. As you mentioned, played here at Country Day. And Tyler also played a lot of professional basketball overseas, played in Australia, the UK, France, Mexico, Switzerland. for a lot of the women on the floor here today, it's got to be nice to be playing professional basketball actually in the United States instead of having to hop on an airplane and go play someplace else.
That's the importance of the WBL. It does give players that opportunity and that chance to play professionally in their home country and not have to take that risk to go overseas.
Shock will wear the white. They're wearing the blue warm-up shirts, but they'll wear the white shorts and jerseys. Lexi, slightly redesigned from the OG Detroit Shock logo. I think that's a pretty sharp logo.
That's a good rendition. I like it.
Cleveland Rockers also with a redesigned logo from what the original Cleveland Rockers wore. You know, the Cleveland Rockers were an original WNBA team, one of the 8 original teams in the league, folded before the 2002 season, but professional WNBA basketball slated to come back to Cleveland in 2028, slated to come back to Detroit in 2029. Excited to see what the Shock and Rockers have for us. And Lexi, to state the obvious for everybody who is in the gym, thank God the air conditioning works, because my car said it was 89 degrees when I walked out like an hour and a half ago.
I'm wearing a tank top for the broadcast, and even that is hardly enough. I don't know how you're in the jacket still.
It's nice and cool in here. I'm good.
I'm hot right now.
Good.
I can feel the AC, but maybe the adrenaline's pumping. I'm excited for this game.
It's gotta be it.
I'm sweating.
Gotta be it. Mariah Mitchell being introduced. Played collegiately at Rust College, Grand Canyon, and Henry Ford. Great high school player at King High in Detroit. Getting here a lot of local high schools. We've got Cass, we've got King, we've got Country Day, we've got Wayne Memorial. We've got a whole bunch of them represented here on the floor at Country Day today.
And I am really excited to see what guard Mariah Mitchell brings. At Grand Canyon, she didn't quite get the minutes that she would have wanted, but was an incredible player at Henry Ford College, averaging one of the highest point totals in the country for JUCO.
Introductions continuing for the Shock. Again, their starting 5. Powell, Austin, Graves, Rael Whitson, and Mishaw. In that starting 5, you have 4 of the 5 that played formerly Power 5, now Power 4 women's collegiate basketball. And Michelle Austin, Lexi, you and I saw her in the MAC last year, over the last couple of years at Eastern Michigan and Ball State. That Ball State team she was on last year made the NCAA tournament, was one of the better teams in mid-major women's college hoops all year long. That was a really good team.
Ball State had an entire starting 5 of players that could rival Power 5 play. Everybody from top to bottom, from guards to centers, were so good. They competed against teams like North Carolina and gave them a run for their money.
It's a heck of a program that Brady Sally has built.
Heck of a guy.
In Muncie. He is. Last to be introduced, Jasmine Powell. Talking about her. Finished up at Tennessee, played some college ball as well in Minnesota, started nearly 90 times in her collegiate career. Number 4 for the Shock, Jazz Powell, was actually all freshman in the Big Ten in her first season at Minnesota, 2019-2020. We pause for the national anthem. I don't know what it is about a national anthem played on an electric guitar. It just sounds cooler. It just sounds better.
I want to fangirl right now for that. That was so good. Are we at a rock band?
It's pretty good, man. I know.
God. Guns N' Roses, who?
I don't know if Axl Rose, not quite that good, Lexi, but no one's quite as good as Axl Rose for Guns N' Roses.
Well, we didn't hear them have a singer. We don't know if they got an extra weapon that we don't know about.
That's true. I think Slash would still approve of that performance.
Truly. That was so good.
Again, starters here for the Shock. You got Powell, Austin, Grays, Rail Whitsitt, and Mishaw, 54. 4 out of those 5 played high-level women's collegiate basketball in the Power 5, and Lachelle Austin, one of the best players in the Mid-American Conference last year. And those starters again for the Cleveland Rockers, as we were talking about earlier, Rougeau, Vance, Mitchell, Snipes, and Bennett. Your slated 5 for Cleveland. Cleveland in the black with teal on the sides, and the Shock will be in the all-white. I mean, if you're a basketball fan in Detroit, you have to like teal,
the
right?
teal feels very nostalgic.
The Pistons and Grant Hill back in the day wore teal. I mean, come on. I own a pair of those shorts, the teal shorts.
And you would assume that a lot of the Cleveland Rockers maybe are from the Ohio area, how Detroit Shock has a lot of Detroiters. Well, no, there's a lot of Detroit in the Cleveland Rockers blood, so I have to imagine they like the teal too.
Among that starting 5, Marquila Snipes went to Dakota. Mariah Mitchell went to King in Detroit. Deja Vance went to Sterling Heights. Cedria Rougeau went to Ypsilanti. And Tyler Bennett went right here to Country Day. That's got to be cool too, right? We got a couple of Country Day alums, so they're out here, and this has got to be a little bit of deja vu. They're like, wait, I thought I graduated high school like a long time ago.
Right, not only that, they're playing against some of the girls they played against back in high school and in their college days. A lot of nostalgia coming back for this game.
Before the game, were you a fist pound, hug person, or not acknowledge anybody? I just got to play.
I would never acknowledge the other team. No way. But I love the smile. Seeing it out there, good for them. Good sportsmanship.
Tyler Bennett, 35, will jump it up against Rose Mishaw for the Shock. Every color of the rainbow is represented on the shoes, too. We got bright orange, we got neon. Mishaw jumping it up for the Shock has rose petal pink. Is that the right way to describe that?
Yeah, I would say.
Sure.
Baby pink, maybe.
Mishaw at 6'2" to jump it up against Bennett at 6'4". The WBL Showcase from Country Day is underway, and Austin has got the tap. Mishaw will take the first shot, and Bennett, who she just jumped it up with, has got the first rebound.
Beautiful shot, though, by Mishaw. If that mid-range game is open, shoot that shot. You need a hand in your face to turn that down.
Long-range bomb, and the bank is not open for Snipes. Shock will push with Grace.
Meanwhile, when it comes to a 3, you don't want to take that first shot.
Mishaw again from the mid-range, and that one's good.
Mishaw, that zero hesitation makes her look so confident out there. She's already seen that one mid-range go in. You have to expect she'll keep letting them fall.
First bucket for the Shock, 2-0 lead, 45 seconds in. And the Rockers now 0 for 2 from the field, missed a couple of threes.
Shock is doing a good job at allowing the Rockers to have that 3 because they're not getting the paint touch that opens it up first.
Austin gets it back, Mishaw Kalal the miss. Going back inside and outside. One more from the corner. Clean look, and it's down for Rail Whitsitt.
That one more by Lachelle Austin made all the difference in the world for that 3 ball to not just go in, but be such a quality shot. Meanwhile, it's the Rockers who aren't using that one more pass or getting that paint touch first that forces the defense to collapse and open up those 3s.
Every single shot for Cleveland so far has been from the outside.
I don't know if they've even yet to touch the paint yet, whether that be a pass or a dribble inside.
Whistle giving it right back to the Shock, as right now the Rockers are all sorts of confused offensively.
Rockers just have to calm down and settle in. Sometimes when a basketball game starts, it's a matter of feeling each other out for a moment, letting your nerves die down, and then you get into the game.
Mishaw falling away. That has been her spot so far in this one.
Mishaw's fadeaway, you can't guard that. The separation that she puts in between herself, the ball, and the defender is immense.
So give her 4 and give the Shock a 7-0 lead. Couple of minutes in. Vance. Stop the dribble, takes a long one, and Misha's got that miss.
When Vance kills her dribble, first of all, you can't kill that dribble, but if you do, it's up to the rest of the Rockers for the off-the-ball movement to find an open streaker.
I'll say it's off the Shock as Powell going for the rebound. It goes off of her. And we'll get our first sub here for Cleveland, who doesn't quite have the numbers off the bench that the Shock will in this game. Rockos will take the opportunity to take a timeout as well. Feels like a smart timeout, Lexi, because of the way the Shock have controlled this game so far.
Shock have come out with this 7-0 run. Rockers, it's not just an issue of not being able to score the ball, but they're not even able to get the off-the-ball movement on 10. No one's cutting hard. Nobody is making contact, being physical to impose their will to get in the paint. That will be the key for the Rockers in order to make something happen on the offensive end, to get those paint touches.
As you were talking about, Rockers, pretty much all the shots they've taken in this game have been threes. Did just take a long 2, but it was contested, so how can they get some better looks here, you think?
The passes need to be quicker. It's a lot of dribbling around and just in one spot. If you're going to dribble, you've got to go somewhere with that dribble. You can get into the paint off your own dribble, but everyone's just standing around, not imposing that will right now. And then on the defensive end, the Rockers also have to do a better job at guarding Mishaw. They're going to have to start three-quartering her and trying to deny her the basketball, because every time she's touching it, she's got that shoot-first mentality and able to get a clean shot off.
Snipes into the front court for the Rockers. Former Crusader at King High. Their pass inside, intercepted. Shock pushing. In transition, 2 more for Graves.
Defense leading to offense. Powell did such a great job at three-quartering, getting her hand on the ball, running in transition, and a beautiful feed.
Finally, an inside look. Bennett missed it, but that's the kind of shot you're calling for them.
Right idea for the Rockers, absolutely. Bennett has to get in front and get positioning.
Cleveland will push off the turnover. Precious Fields still got the dribble. She's into the game for the first time for the Rockers, who are still looking for a basket. It's not going to come here. Rochelle Austin for 2.
Austin's so good on the defensive end. She's always got her opposite hand down, waiting for that crossover so that she can get a piece of it. And then when she's off to the races, there's no looking back. She's pedal to the metal.
11-0 Shock. 4 minutes in. And it's got to give it up. That's from a different area code and nothing dropping. Reach in foul on Snipes.
You're right, Evan. A different area code by the Rockers. Again, too deep. Those are shots that the Shock can step back and say, you can take that all day. Thank you.
I make a joke here about what area code we're in and where that was from, but we're in technically Beverly Hills here at Country Day. So sometimes you get some 248, sometimes you get some 313s. There's a whole mess around here. 313 is the Detroit area code, and 248 is kind of greater Metro Detroit. There's some 810 mixed in if you're around like Wright.
Right. 248 is how you know they're not a real Detroiter.
It's a little rude, but that's fine.
I'm sorry. But you can claim it, a Metro Detroiter. You can claim that.
So, peek behind the curtain. My family, as that Shock will dip into the bench for the first time. Williams into the game, has got it out top. Got by her defender and got blocked. Bennett sent it back.
Bennett, number 3 in Clemson history in blocks. She's really tough to go up against down low. You've got to use that offhand to swat her black hands away.
Williams wide open. And Bennett the rebound. Nice look ahead pass to Fields. Long bomb coming. Offensive board, but that did not hit the rim. Got to go. Bennett inside, and Cleveland's on the board.
Bennett finally able to get points on the board for the Rockers, but if the entire team ran up in transition at a full speed sprint, they would have got 2 easy ones off of that instead of having to get the O board first.
Ooh, active hands and a steal. How about that swipe? Mitchell took it away and scored.
Mitchell with the transition points that I'm talking about that can lead the Rockers back into this game. They've got to get ratcheted up on the defensive end first.
Starting to see that Cleveland athleticism. Williams, not there. Rebound by Carter. Good look inside. Couldn't finish with grace.
Rockers can't allow the Shock to have that second chance opportunity. They did a really nice job at forcing up a tough quality shot by the Shock and then didn't box out.
Those threes are just not dropping for Cleveland, and they're leading to runouts for the Shock. That's 2 for Donald.
Donald is as speedy as they come. You know you did a good job carrying your momentum all the way to the rack when you land beyond the hoop.
Another steal. Williams, good.
Rockers right now just need to get back to the basics. Find your fundamentals, fake a pass to make a pass, especially when the Shock is jumping at everything right now because they've been able to get those turnovers.
They'll try another one. They keep shooting them, but they're not dropping, Lexi. That's at least 0 for 5 for Cleveland. Donald's got it.
Donald showing the Rockers what is a good quality three-point shot. Wide open, nobody in sight. She had time to get her feet set, hand set, banged it.
18-4 Shock. In and out for Fields. Rebound and a reload. She'll drive and meet a foul by Grays, who thought that was legal, and she stayed in the air.
Finally, though, the Rockers bringing the ball inside. You're not going to get that call if you don't at least impose your will into the paint to get that physicality call.
So Precious Fields will get to the line. Finally, the Rockers get to the free throw line, Lexi, and that's one of those basketball cliches, but it's true. If you're struggling scoring, let's get to the free throw line and get some easy points.
Get wide open. See the ball go in the basket. Basketball is just as much a mental game as it is physical, and especially when you start off a game 18-4, you just need to see that ball go in.
Couple in there for Precious Fields, very familiar sight to Detroit basketball fans. She had an awesome career at Cass Tech. Block on the other end. Defense from the Rockers.
Effort by the Rockers is there. They're hustling, and they just got to string together score, stop, score sequences.
So travel on Vance. She hopped inside. It looks like she was hunting foul, Lexi, and the foul just never came.
Never came. Too many steps right there, but another good idea by the Rockers to get inside. You can live with some of those mistakes if your intention is correct, and that time it is. They're starting to turn that page and not just settle on the 3 ball.
Under 2 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Shock 18, Rockers 6. Lead's been as high as 14 for Detroit. Corner pop coming. Left short by Powell. Rebound Donalds. Back to the corner. Another long one coming. Oh, a rebound was swiped away. That was Smith who took it away and went coast to coast.
Good for Smith to run in transition. The Rockers have to turn on that full speed jet.
Oh, it's good. How about an answer from Donald?
Donald has just that killer's mentality, that score first instinct. She's so good off her own dribble, getting that ball into her shot pocket.
One drop. Powell snatches it. Throws it ahead. Good pass. One drop. Shock like that transition game, though. They're utilizing their speed up and down.
Carter has to run a little faster, though, when you're running in transition. In case your teammate misses, you can get that O board.
That is the easiest basket Powell's had in a long time.
Powell's not missing that one. Don't need someone streaking with you for that.
A lot of buckets scored in this building for Jazz Powell. 3 times she was All-State here at Country Day. Won a couple of state championships. It's been a lot of good basketball played in this gym. Another turnover for Cleveland. Coming up on 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Mishaw follow. Carter wouldn't drop.
Carter did a better job following with that, though, and did get the O board out of it.
I don't know if Cleveland knows how much there is on the clock. They ran out of time.
That's the thing with Cleveland so far today, just some boneheaded mistakes, errors on their own end. Instead of being forced into it, they're just shooting themselves in the own foot. They've got to calm down, lock back in.
We're through a quarter in the WBL Showcase. The Detroit Shock, that's fun to say, leading the Rockers by 15. Back at the WBL Showcase, Evan Stockton, Alexis Ayala with our entire outstanding crew on this Friday, August afternoon into the early evening. Usually you don't get to cover a ton of basketball this time of year, Lexi, but we're excited to be here for this showcase game between the Detroit Shock and the Cleveland Rockers, and after one quarter, it's all Shock, 23-8 the score after one quarter of hoops.
Shock did such a good job at making the one extra pass, playing team basketball, turning their defense into offense, and running really fast in transition. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Rockers, they've just got to settle down. Hopefully after that first quarter, they've got some basketball under their belt, able to shake the nerves off, and they can get back to the basics.
Shock raced out to an 18-4 lead. Rockers were down 11-0 early, then got a couple of baskets. Lexi, you kept talking about in that first quarter, and it kept proving itself out. The Rockers' inability to go inside really haunted them, but it's been interesting if you just look out on the floor size-wise. Tyler Bennett for the Rockers, number 35, was about to inbound the ball. She's tallest, longest player on the floor, so it is a little bit perplexing that they have not been able to establish themselves inside a little bit more.
Bennett is doing a good job at getting positioning and getting in front. It's up to the guards at that point to hit and feed their post players. It's so important for the guards and the posts to have that connection, be able to communicate to each other. And at this point, if Bennett has to scream at them, give me the ball, I'm open, in order to get that ball, then she's got to do what she's got to do, because they've got to start feeding her.
In case you're wondering why there was a slight delay, they accidentally took the score off the scoreboard in between quarters, Lexi. And this is going to be something funny to watch over the next couple of weeks as so much of college sports comes back, professional sports starts cranking up again. You know, for the last 6 weeks, the main sport has been baseball. So a lot of people in sports have had time off. Well, everyone's got to go back to work, and everyone's got to remember how to do their jobs again.
Yeah, not just the athletes. I mean, everyone all the way around. We've all got to get back into it.
Peek behind the television curtain before we started the broadcast. Both Lexi and I looked at each other and we went, are we going to remember how to do this?
Do we know how to talk still? Like it's basketball. Come on, how hard can it be, right?
I mean, you be the judge if we're doing a good job today and if we remember how to do this. I hope we did. It's another missed three and a rebound from Mitchell. Rockers still haven't made a three.
Mitchell did a nice job, though, at getting that second chance opportunity, but to settle on a three like that has no rhythm is unacceptable.
Big lead in the ball for the Shock. Bennett, the rebound. She's racked up 5 in this game.
Why a lot of Shock's threes look so in rhythm is because they're coming up in transition, getting to 1-2 step right into that shot.
Lachelle Austin up the floor. Will step into a 3. Rebound, kick. Williams takes, misses. She's missed 3 of those threes. Step in 3, Rougeau, no. Mitchell. Oh my goodness, a third shot for Fields, and she got stripped. 2-on-1 for the Shock. Donalds. That is pro basketball in 2025. 2-on-1, pull back transition 3.
Evan, you said exactly what I was thinking. It looks like the NBA out here, honestly. A little more team basketball would be appreciated. The women's game prides themselves on the team game. It's still a very much individual sport. You can take someone one-on-one, but that's what makes the women's game so fun, is how everyone's involved and everyone plays a part.
And a Shock turnover. They're still waiting on a bucket here in the second quarter after the Shock scored the 23 in the first quarter, Lexi. And this is something we see at every level of basketball, every level of sports, right? You build up a big early lead. It's hard mentally to not take your foot off the gas a little bit.
100%. Not only that, while you're getting a little lax on accident, the Rockers are also making adjustments on their own end and doing a good job or a better job at capitalizing on those.
Stay on this end with the Rockers. Story of this game has just been their inability to get the ball inside. They've taken 10 threes and missed all of them. Bennett will set the screen for Mitchell. Mitchell got downhill. Bennett got her miss and scored.
Thank goodness for the Rockers that Bennett's ferocious enough to go after every rebound and bring down these offensive boards, because she was wide open on that roll, but the guards are just refusing to feed her right now.
Little zone being played here by the Rockers. Rael Whitsitt stepping back. Sometimes tough to rebound out of a zone. Mitchell got that one. And we have a held ball.
Really smart coaching decision by Cleveland Rockers head coach Kayla Chisholm to make the Rockers go into that zone defense. It's a lot harder for the Shock to play that one-on-one basketball against a zone. At that point, it forces the Shock to play as a team.
They will jump it up, Lexi, by force of habit. I was going to say the arrow gives it to, but this is professional basketball. This is not high school or college basketball. And the tap goes right to Cleveland. Fields up the floor, and 2 more.
Cleveland looks a lot more settled in this second quarter. They're running with a different type of speed and playing better.
Grays, we'll call it a pass. Caught and finished by Carter.
Give her the assist. No, but the Rockers do have to do a better job still at turning around and getting a body on to box out. The Shock is still able to bring up way too many second chance opportunities. This game could be a lot closer.
Fields, a long one. Michaud the rebound. Powell, good look into the corner. Austin. Michaud, the rebound, and she has really done a nice job inside tonight.
Michaud is so strong, and she's such an excellent player to have inside, because she can be that player that takes you a few steps out, utilizing that mid-range game that everyone says is dead, but she can also get physical and hit that block.
Fields, nice pass across the court to Mitchell. Stepping into a mid-range J. Did everything right but make the shot.
And it was a great cross-court pass, but after that cross-court pass, you need a streaker and a cutter.
Speaking of cutters, Austin found the cutting Grays.
Off-the-ball movement is so important, and if you let yourself get lazy, you will lose the basketball game. You need the off-the-ball movement and those cuts.
Largest lead of the game for the Shock at 17. Just over 5 minutes into this second quarter. Mitchell on the cut. Driving baseline, and it got tipped. Austin had the theft and a whistle behind the play. Stop it.
And it was a great cut by Mitchell. However, the pass came a little bit too late. And if you're able to lead your cutter to the basket as they're cutting, that would have been an easy 2 points. Instead, Mitchell got stuck, got trapped, and turned over the basketball.
Timeout on the floor. Under 5 minutes to go, second quarter. Shock leading the Rockers. 29-12. We're back in a moment. Coming up on 4.5 to go, first half. Shock 29, Rockers 12. A balanced attack for the Shock, who've been playing with pace and rhythm in those white jerseys all early evening long. Austin's passed that time in a couple of limbs that almost actually went in. Snipes inside for the Rockers. Tough shot, Nishaw rebound.
Good dribble inside, though, by Snipes. She found the gap, and she hit it. She's just got to get those eyes up in time to lay it in.
Nishaw stepping back, and Cleveland corrals the miss. It's their largest deficit. Shot got off to an 11-0 lead. And a whistle and a foul as Carter commits the foul.
And on the opposite end with Mishaw's fadeaway, it's just flat out unguardable. However, the only reason she'll miss is because of her own self. That time she didn't have that foundation and get her spin all the way and round to line up that elbow and hips with the hoop.
Schaefer just checked in for the Rockers, gave it up to Mitchell. She turned it over. Powell to Mishaw. You know, I'm not sure if that pass was to her, but it ended up working out.
Powell's pretty with it, too. She likes to play flashy. She gets the oohs and the ahs. The no looks are very crisp.
That size of Mishaw, you can see, Lexi, why she was such a problem at times when she was playing for Minnesota in the Big Ten, Virginia Tech in the ACC. She's going to go play some pro ball in France next year. Do you think when you go play professionally in another country, you have to learn the language? Is that a prereq?
Well, it didn't happen in Love and Basketball, and that's what I go off of.
That's right. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but it's great. I may have to watch it later.
It used to be my weird. I watched that every single basketball game I had.
Really?
Yeah, it was an OCD thing. I know like every word to that movie.
Did you ever get sick of the movie?
I'm still not sick of the movie. It's still my favorite movie. I think 98% of women's basketball players, that's their favorite movie.
Ooh. Big tussle as Carter fell to the floor for the Shock and then comes up with a smile. So we're good.
That's a good hustle. Carter did a really nice job at timing that in order to get her hands on the basketball while avoiding the foul.
Carter will jump it up for the Shock from Southfield. Finished her college career at Florida Gulf Coast. You probably recognize Florida Gulf Coast from that miracle run they made in the NCAA tournament over a decade ago. Shocked Georgetown as a 15 seed. Made the Sweet 16. Carter started her college career at Walsh.
Speaking of miracle runs, Walsh with a couple miracle runs with Carter on the team.
That's right.
3 NCAA tourney berths. there.
And Carter, Lexi, actually holds the scoring record at Walsh. Over 2,100 career points. Not too shabby.
Insane, actually. I can't even imagine getting over 2,000 in high school, let alone at the college level. Carter is like that.
Oh, how about Powell? Put her defender on skates. And then a foul.
Powell is as smooth as they come. Her ball handling is on a string. She's able to get you on the skates if you're on the defensive end because of her little hezzies, that half of a second of a hesitation to freeze you up just to dive right back at that front foot. Powell is perfect at that.
Back in her home gym, played her high school ball here at Country Day, won a couple of state championships. Been a few years by Country Day's girls basketball team standards of competing for a high school championship. They've got Cece Arico on the team. That's Kim's Barnes Arico's daughter, one of the better recruits in her class in the country. So we may have a few more banners to hang in this gym sooner rather than later. Jazz will be rooting for that as a proud alum. 31-14 shot coming up on 2 minutes to go in the half. Turnover again, active hands. And there's that flashy passing you're talking about, Lexi, for Powell. Sometimes it can bite her in the backside.
Can bite her in the backside, but what makes her so good is how she immediately raised up her hand to take accountability for that pass and say, that one's on me. She knows the difference.
How often did you have to do that when you were playing?
Oh, never. I was never wrong. I'm just kidding. All the time. Yeah, that's a good basketball player and teammate. You got to say my bad when it's your bad.
I wasn't sure where you were going there for a second.
Kidding.
Mishaw blocks Mitchell. Drive to the rim, and it was sent away.
Looks like Mishaw plays some volleyball. That was perfect hand, staying straight up and just flicking those wrists to avoid the foul.
And it sets the screen. Wild shot not there for Rougeau, and another Mishaw rebound. 8 points and a bunch of boards. Oh, how about that sweet stroke? Morse, former Golden Eagle at Marquette, knocking it down.
Morse capitalizing because in transition, you are so in rhythm. The speed is there. You get to 1-2 step into your shot, hand set, feet set. It looks perfect.
It's what she did at Marquette. She's one of the best three-point shooters they've ever had. Cleveland still hasn't made a three. Schaefer missed that one.
Cleveland hasn't made a three because their threes aren't in rhythm. They're so stagnant.
Mishaw, yes. Give her 10.
Mishaw's body awareness is on 10 as well. Her ability to feel and react, just play the read and react game, is incredible.
Mitchell lost it. Donald, oh no, Donald's slow to get up. Hopefully she's all right. Williams has got it for the Shock. Three on the way.
Oh,
I think she's okay.
I think she's okay too. Donald, the mental toughness that takes to very clearly be in pain when getting up. Jump right back into the play. Hit the three, money, stone cold mentality.
Donald's got a sneaky 10 points, and Mitchell's mid-range J finally falls.
The more often the Rockers can take that step inside, the better off they'll be. Stop settling on the three ball.
Mitchell tipped it out of bounds. There will be about 2 seconds on the clock here for the Shock. Let's see what they've got drawn up.
Best option would be to hit Mishaw down low. She's so quick with the read and react.
Donalds! That may have been the only thing to go wrong for the Shock in the first half. How about 40 in the first 20 minutes? And a 40-16 lead at halftime. We'll be back for more for Country Day right after this. Welcome back. Evan Stockton, Alexis Ayala, alongside the rest of our great crew here at the WBL Showcase. Thank goodness, Lexi, we weren't stuffing our faces when they put us on camera.
I literally just put down my Cheez-Its. I probably still have some in my teeth.
Free advertising for Cheez-Its, but it's fine because they're delicious. We'll wait until everybody walks through the shot. Hello again. So, Lexi, in the professional return of the Detroit Shock as part of this WBL Showcase, 40-16, not a bad first half.
Shock has so much individual talent. We mentioned all the Power 5 players that the Shock has. However, what makes them so good is their ability to play team basketball. They're streaking up in the floor in transition. They're hitting the open streakers. They're making the one extra pass. And it really looks like this team has chemistry.
As for the Cleveland Rockers, score is what it is. They're down by 24 points going into the second half. But what can they do in the second half to get a little bit more momentum and a little bit more consistency offensively?
If the Rockers can limit those unforced turnovers, they'll be in such a better position. Too many of their turnovers today have been unforced, just boneheaded mistakes where they're passing the ball to nobody or a travel, extra step, or a double dribble. If they take that away, they'll give themselves the opportunity to actually take a quality shot. And that's the other thing. Their shots have to be quality. They did too much settling on the three ball without the paint touch in that first half. The second half, I'm sure that adjustment will be made, and we'll see better quality out of them.
Rockers will start with the ball. They were going right to left in the first half. They'll go the other way, left to right in the second half. Rockers in those black jerseys and the Shock in the white. Here's Bennett just inside the line. Lexi, you were calling for Bennett to get the ball more inside in the first half, but that wasn't her shot.
That's not her shot. Bennett can shoot the mid-range. It's not like she's normally going to airball that shot. However, she's best on the blocks. She's been turning around, getting positioning, sealing defenders on her backside. The guards have to hit her where she's strongest, down low.
Donald almost lost it a couple of times. Powell, and the rebound for Rougeau.
Rockers have ratcheted up this defense. They're playing with the hands in your face and in your grill.
Ooh, Fields threw it to Bennett. I think that was a little too hot to handle.
Yeah, too hot to handle, especially for a Bennett who's already standing at 6'4". That has to be crisper.
Mishaw up and good. 12 points for Alana Rose. Mishaw, double-double.
Mishaw also just looks in really good basketball shape. Her cardio is up.
And Mishaw's got another rebound off the Snipes miss. Powell hounded by Snipes.
Snipes doing a really good job staying in front, not falling for the flashy handles. Oh!
How about that? Oh, did everything right but finish. That was impressive to watch, though.
Powell just really patient with that basketball. She knows how to wait and bait it.
Mitchell the miss. Got it back. I got it again. How about that effort?
Can't play the pogo stick battle against Mitchell, even for being a smaller guard. She's got some bunnies on her. You've got to turn around, put a body on, and box out.
Mitchell almost took it away. Williams. Rebound Bennett.
Mitchell not just bunnies in terms of her hops, but also she is an energizer bunny out there.
Oh, nice take, but Rougeau couldn't finish.
A little too much filet on the roll there. She's got to do a better job at getting her eyes locked on that money spot on the backboard.
Donalds, yes. Saw that matchup on Bennett, went right at him.
Nice fake shot by Donald. When Bennett didn't react to it or jump, get a hand closer into Donald's grill, Donald knew she had the green light to let it rip.
Fields was all alone, gave it up to Snipes, and they still get the two.
It worked out. Fields was able to hit Snipes on that cut. However, Fields looks a little scared. She's got to be able to have that ferociousness to score first mentality.
You know, Lachelle Austin played some college ball in Ypsilanti at Eastern, and that's about where she took that three from.
Austin is looking a little too lax out there. She's normally someone who plays with a different type of intensity.
The first three of the game is good for Cleveland. They missed about the first 12, and finally, Fields gets one to drop.
That 3-ball dropping could get the Rockers momentum going. And what else can get their momentum going is the crowd hype. They're bringing a lot of energy for the Rockers.
Rougeau into the front court as the Rockers, for nearly the first time all day, have a little bit of offensive flow. Does it continue? Corner pop coming. Snipes the miss.
Snipes' miss was a good quality shot, though. They got the paint touch to Bennett first.
Gorgeous pass. Powell the finish. Austin found her.
Powell is so speedy. Now Austin's doing a better job getting back into her game at looking for those streakers, being an assister before just chucking up that first shot she sees.
Powell's got it. She tried to find Austin. Flip-flop of what happened on the last possession. Didn't work.
But Austin being too lax. Again, like I said, if she were to turn her jets on and run full speed, that would have been 2 points for her.
First bucket for Rougeau. And the Shock, kind of sensing what you're saying, Lexi, will call a timeout that we'll take with them. 5:40 to go, third quarter. The lead for the Shock remains healthy at 22 as the highlights are starting to come on both ends. Back at Country Day, WBL Showcase. The return of the WBL, the return of the Detroit Shock. Happy to be here for it. Evan Stockton, Alexis Ayala with our entire crew. It's a 24-point lead for the Shock at halftime. Actually, it's down to 22, but to Cleveland's credit, this has been a much more competitive second half so far.
Much more competitive by the Rockers. If they can take this momentum and just let it rub off on each other, as this foul is called here on the Rockers, energy is contagious. The Rockers need to take this fire that's lit under them and use it, utilize it, especially right now when the Shock, they're being lackadaisical. They're laughing about the turnovers and the mistakes they're making instead of busting their butt to make up for it.
Just got a reach-in foul on Cleveland. Donald, a long one, and another rebound for Cleveland inside.
Shock showing more of that lackadaisical mentality. They're not using that extra pass right now.
Mitchell saved it somehow. Who wants the ball? Rockers have got it.
Ping pong.
Nice find inside. One more into the corner. Fields got her miss. Ends up being 2.
Good for Fields to not put her head down in disgust or frustration after that first bad quality shot. She went right back after it and got herself a bucket.
Powell, a 3 about 5 seconds into the shot clock. And like you're saying, Lexi, it feels like a little bit of a malaise is setting in for the Shock.
Shock looks like an entirely different team in the worst way in the second half compared to how they looked in that first half. They played team basketball in the first half. Everyone got a piece and was being fed. And right now in the second half, it looks like that individual game is back.
It'll stay on this end as Fields' pass tipped out of bounds. Precious Fields, the leading scorer for Cleveland in this game. She's got 9. And we'll get a quick 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Cleveland fighting here in the second half. They're winning in this second half against the Shock. Back to action here at Country Day. Rockers missed a shot off the inbounds. Fall away and a rebound. Gray stepping into it. That feels like a big-time three made for the Shock.
Big-time three made for the Shock because Gray was able to bring that three in off of a paint touch, an O-board that the Shock was able to corral.
Schaefer not there. Rockers got the miss. Jayla Smith, that was smooth.
Smith really smooth, but I'm wondering, why did Carter take her hand down? She was running out with a hand in the face and took it away, giving a wide open three.
Oh, nice cut to the rim by Carter. Wide open Williams. Morse the rebound. Rail Whitsitt. Carter, how'd she get that rebound?
Because no one's boxing out.
Gray's another three.
You have to expect after the second, third, fourth chance opportunity, one of them will capitalize. The Rockers have to get a chip on their shoulder and not allow that many second chance opportunities.
You know, Lexi, it felt like we were going 5, 6, 7 minutes at a time without any made threes, and all of a sudden they're dropping for both teams.
And it's looking so much better, these quality shots, because they're getting the paint touch first. The paint touch is so important. It forces the defense to collapse inside. And all you need is that extra inch of space for your three ball to go from a bad quality shot to a good quality shot. It makes all the difference.
Mitchell for Smith. Good looking play right off the inbound.
Really good looking play. Mitchell with a great feed, and that's something that the Shock has to be aware of, that it's the person inbounding the ball who is often the one scoring it. You can't take your eyes off of them.
Carter gave it up. Grace is feeling it. She can't miss.
Good for Shock to continue to feed the hot hands of Grace. When there was so much individual one-on-one play happening by the Shock, they were really quick to make that adjustment and feed the hot hands, get back into team basketball.
DePaul fans got to see that a lot. Tay Grace, first teamer in the Big East back in the day at DePaul. She's played a lot of pro ball in her career. Russia, Australia, Belgium, France, Greece, Mexico, New Zealand, Poland, Slovakia. I got in all the countries before we got to see her make the three again, Lexi.
Grace, not just a all Big East first teamer for the one time. She got that award twice. She was even a Cheryl Miller Small Forward Award top 20 watch list going into her senior year. Such a pillar of DePaul ball. She embodies that score first mentality, running in transition.
Outstanding high school career for Tay Grace, too, at King High in Detroit. And Lexi, you were talking about the vibes inside Country Day. This feels like watching a good high school game in the city. You know, when you get Cass and King together, maybe you get Renaissance against Cass. This has got a little bit of that juice. It is another reminder how much people love basketball in Michigan and greater Detroit.
There's nothing like Detroit basketball fans. I mean, Flint basketball fans, you know, they can compare. But
Sure.
Detroit basketball fans, the energy that they bring to a basketball game, you're not just going here and watching a game and clapping when a bucket's scored. You're getting out of your seat. You are screaming. There's passion.
Mitchell, again, that mid-range J is smooth.
My goodness, the mid-range game is very much alive for the Rockers. They're doing a good job at now stepping into that shot instead of settling on three.
Offensive foul, moving screen on Grace.
That energy you see in the bottom of your screen, that's what we're talking about. Fans here are getting on their feet, and it's helping bring the Cleveland Rockers back into this game. Energy is contagious.
I really hope that guy in the white t-shirt is wearing an Apple Watch. He is getting in his steps. Rockers still have only made 1 3 in this game. They're going to get those looks, Lexi, because the Shock have shifted the zone.
The thing is, they will be baited into taking more of those threes because of the Shock's zone, but you cannot settle on it. They've got to make an extra emphasis to get inside now.
Nice hands by Smith. Mitchell again.
The easiest way to get inside, though, is in transition. When you turn your defense into offense and there's nobody there rim blocking and protecting the paint.
Williams had it tipped out of bounds by Mariah Mitchell. Number 12 for the Rockers is all over the place.
If the Rockers started off with this type of energy, the score would be totally different. They're winning the second half, They just had to settle in and shake those nerves.
Morse, drive kick. Carter got it back. Rebound Smith.
Rockers even doing a better job at the team basketball aspect on the defensive end. The helper, and the closing the gap was really good there.
Morse took it away. She always wants to shoot that three. That's what she did so well at Marquette. Third shot coming for Carter.
Bennett cannot allow Carter to get that ball over her, though. Bennett has to take that personally. She's got a way bigger height advantage.
Blitz at the miss, and Cleveland catches a break. Rougeau! And one!
Rougeau dipping the shoulder to draw the contact. She got herself that and one. She had a plan. She made sure to stay physical while keeping those eyes locked on the rim. Watch how Rougeau, running in transition, right there is when she made the decision to dip that shoulder, draw the contact, and her momentum brings her all the way underneath the hoop. Easy money.
Remember, this was a 24-point game at halftime. The shot got off to an 11-0 lead. We're not quite in George Blaha don't look now territory, but this has been a heck of a third quarter for Cleveland.
17 points is the difference right now, and in the blink of an eye, the Rockers can get those 17 points, but they've got to stay on their P's and Q's. The fundamentals so important. No more O boards for the Shock right now.
Williams. Oh, what a shot. It's a two, but still a heck of a shot.
Even Mitchell just has to shake her head and give her that one because she couldn't have played better defense. That was just a perfect shot.
Halfway down and out for Mitchell. Williams wants to let it go. Gray's shot fake, and another made J. She's been unconscious in this quarter.
Gray's bucket on that one is thanks to a breakdown on the defensive end by the Rockers. Bennett cannot switch with the guards. You've got to fight through that screen, and that time, that half a second late caused that bucket.
Not that time. One more shot. Fields couldn't get it. And we'll go to the fourth, Lexi. A third quarter where Cleveland won the quarter, but the shot closed on a little spurt to get that lead back over 20. Shots are starting to fall at Country Day. Great shot making on both ends. 1 quarter to go in the WBL Showcase. Ten minutes, 1 quarter to go in the WBL Showcase. The return of the Women's Basketball League. The return of pro basketball in Detroit. The return of the Detroit Shock. And Lexi, barring a crazy fourth quarter comeback for the Cleveland Rockers, we're going to get to say the Detroit Shock have won again. They're up by 21 points as we go to the fourth.
It's so cool that the Shock is back in Detroit. The fans are excited on their feet. The Detroit Shock players with a hefty lead, having fun in their huddles, dancing, singing. That's what basketball is about. Show off your swag and have fun with the game.
Grays was awesome in the third for the Shock. Austin is back in. Oh, a little force slap. Austin says, I see ya, but she missed the three. And that's a shot clock violation. The shot clock never reset. Lachelle Austin is kind of finger wagging at Bennett. She did the Duke floor slap on her, and Lachelle was like forced to take the three.
Austin had to give it to Bennett because Bennett did such a great job. The floor slap made Austin want to take that three. Again, Bennett, the mental game, just as important as the physical one. If you can get in someone's head, make them take a bad quality shot because they're trying to prove a point to you, that's a good play.
Smith with airspace. The Rockers have still just made 1 3 in the game. Gray's all alone. Got her miss. And travel.
Here's the thing, Evan. Bennett is in Austin's head. Even though Austin swung it over to Grays, Grays has had the hot hands. Not a bad decision there. Austin was wide open. Bennett was way late on the closeout. Austin didn't even think about taking that three after the last little situation they had.
Shock back to man. Played a little zone in the third quarter. Smith miss. Austin again. Where does she go? I think you nailed it. I think Lachelle Austin's in her head a little bit.
In her head a bit. Austin's honestly been in her head from the start of the game. She's not played her typical style. That's very team basketball. Take what the game gives you, play within the flow. She's done a lot of dribbling up and taking a three without a pass in, some mental errors and some mistakes, but she'll get into it. She's a great athlete and basketball player.
Turnover Rockers. Powell slow probe. What's it? Mishaw! Man, how good has she been?
Mishaw said, that's a mouse. Give me that basketball and let me go to work. Mishaw so good at taking advantage of that size, height, mismatch down low. Just absolutely ferocious the way that Mishaw goes up for these old boards. Doesn't hesitate, doesn't even pay any attention to the defense coming straight at her, trying to tackle her to the floor.
And you want to know the strength of Mishaw. A defender comes in, tries to hack the ball away, and somehow Mishaw sent the defender on the floor. She was upright the whole time.
Mishaw's strong. She is, and she's got a great foundation and balance. You're not throwing her off.
Mitchell ran back and took it away. Up the floor she comes. Smith one more. Austin playing some good D. That's what she was good at Ball State last year. Still just one made three for Cleveland.
Yeah, Austin does such a good job at staying in front. She doesn't fall for the fakes.
Mishaw, if you're giving an MVP to this game, Rose Mishaw has got to be near the top of the list.
Mishaw is so good, and you've got to pick your poison with her because her mid-range game is just as strong as she is from the block.
On cue, another board.
Mishaw's also just got a knack for the ball. I swear wherever she's standing, the ball just rebounds straight to her.
That felt like a heat check, Jay. It's out of bounds off Grace.
Can't complain about the heat check, Jay. There's a difference between you haven't made much all day and you're just trying to get yours versus you've been hot, you've been feeling good. Go ahead and take that third heat check moment.
Lead back up to 25 for the Shock. They were up by 24 points at the half. They got off to an 11-0 lead. And they'll do nearly a full hockey line change here, bringing a bunch of bodies off the bench.
Another issue with the Rockers, they don't have as many bodies, so that just gives a bigger emphasis on how important it's going to be for everyone to get that cardio up.
Mitchell floater, good. She's probably been the MVP for Cleveland.
High IQ out of Mitchell to split that zone straight through the middle as well. If no one's stepping up to pick up ball, go straight down the middle.
Carter got the board, elected to dribble it out. Morse. Long rebound to Morse. Oh, behind the back pass, out of bounds.
Not a bad idea by Morse. Just didn't know it was coming right there. Was Carter.
Morse is such a good player at Marquette. Played some college ball in Milwaukee and then went to play pro in Peru and Romania and Serbia. far away from her home of Flint. Went to Hamady High in Flint.
Morris is a mismatch nightmare for guards and posts as well because she's got the size and body ability and physicality to beat the guards down low, off her dribble, but then the post, she can drag you out and shoot that three.
Mariah Mitchell off to the line. That first step, lethal.
Mitchell, it just took her a little bit too long to start imposing her will on this game and getting inside no matter the cost. That has been the biggest Achilles heels out of the Rockers today is the settle of the three ball. But Mitchell, she's making it such a point to get inside.
One more coming. With a 5'9" guard from Detroit, went to King High. The amount of athletic talent that has been churned out of King and Cass over the years. Football, basketball, you name it, they got it.
And it's got to be fun going from being a Cass player to now being a teammate with the King as Morse finally gets that three ball to go. That's a pretty shot. She has the confidence to keep shooting through those misses.
She was one of the best three-point shooters Marquette ever had, and Morse knocks it down as we're starting to come down the wire in the WBL showcase. The Shock lead, which was 24 at the half, remains 24. We'll be back after this. Crowd having fun here at Country Day as the Rockers call that timeout. You can see it, Lexi, as we get that shot of the Rockers huddle. You talked about the fact that the Shock just flat have more bodies, and you get to this point in the game, especially with the way that the game's been played. When you're trailing by 15, 20 points for as long as the Rockers have, it would be human nature not to press. So it feels like some of that gas tank is starting to dip.
Would be. And the cardio from the beginning, obviously you have speediness out of players like Mitchell and Snipes. However, a lot of that speed we didn't see today. They weren't running in transition and turning on the jets the way that we know these players can. But again, it's the first game of this league. It takes a minute to get into basketball shape. They're still in the conditioning realm of things.
We were talking about this a little bit earlier. So if the name WBL, Women's Basketball League, sounds familiar to you, that was the original name of the first ever women's professional basketball league in the United States. There were luminaries who played in that league. Nancy Lieberman was MVP of the league one year. Muffet McGraw, who had such a great career as a coach at Notre Dame, played in that league. Good look-ahead pass. Oh, just one fall for Donald. Mitchell, again. That thing is smooth.
Mitchell is just absolutely on fire. She's in a different zone right now, not just on the offensive end, imposing her will to get inside, but on the defensive end. She's getting a lot of steals, forcing turnovers right now, too.
Williams can't get by Mitchell. How about this effort? And she got a foul.
What I'm saying, Mitchell is in a different zone right now. It just took her a little too long to get into it.
And her entire cheering section helped her off the floor. We all need hype men like Mariah Mitchell has.
Oh my gosh, seriously, I'm feeling hype for her right now. Like the adrenaline that you've got to feel to be playing in the WBL. It's a women's pro basketball league. You're wearing the name Cleveland Rockers on your jersey and representing that. Not just that, but bringing the entire team back into the game off of yourself.
Fields the miss. It will stay with Cleveland.
Rockers have just done too much one-on-one as well, especially when Mitchell is playing the way she is in this different zone. It would take a blind person to not see that. You've got to feed her.
Oh, she's got it again. Mariah Mitchell. Oh, and she's talking right in Williams' face. Okay.
Some friendly banter, I would say. There's smiles on everybody's faces all the way around. Mitchell, after a bucket like that and the way she's been playing, though, it would be criminal not to talk your stuff. She's so good at her speed. She'll stay there, still, wait for the defender to fall asleep before she turns those jets on and catches you sleeping.
I think that's the only thing to go wrong for Mariah Mitchell in the second half. She missed a free throw.
I think she could live with that one.
Oh, Williams tried to get by her but missed the three.
Williams wanted the get back. Again, playing into the hand of that mental game within the game.
Carter gets called for the foul. I mean, we're at a point here, Lexi. You were just talking about it. I do not know how you just don't get the ball to Mitchell and get the heck out of the way right now if you're Cleveland.
Selfishness, really. I mean, like I said, you've got to be blind if you don't see how well Mitchell is playing above the rest on the Rockers right now. And that's just basketball. Sometimes you get into this zone that you can't explain. It's not logical. It's just a different part of the game that she's in right now.
Back to the zone for the Shock. They've gone on and off with this as a kickball keeps it with Cleveland.
You beat a zone by the off-the-ball movement, the cuts into the paint, back doors, and quick passing, hot potato passes to get that defense to shift and jump.
Mitchell on go and gets a blocking foul. Looked like she collided knees with somebody on that drive to the basket.
Good idea by Mitchell, though. If she's not getting a bucket, a field goal in play, she's doing such a good job at getting inside. That gives her a second chance opportunity at the free throw line, even if she doesn't make it from the field.
18 points as she goes to the line. Now it's 19. She's your top scorer in the game. Rose Mishaw has a double-double for the Shock with 16 points. Mariah Mitchell, a 20-point performance.
Mitchell, automatic right now. The different zone that she's playing in is going to give her the energy to play through this pain in her knee that she has right now after that last foul.
Morse, three. Good.
Morse, she just had to see it go in. She's that player that once she makes one, it's a domino effect.
Is there an answer for Cleveland? Rougeau try it and make it. There's your answer.
A tough shot by Rougeau as well. She had Donald with a hand in her face flying by on a closeout. She was able to stay calm and patient enough to knock it in.
Mitchell, the foul. Hard drive to the basket for the Shock, and Mariah wasn't letting that one come easy.
Shock has done such a good job all game long of getting the paint touch, whether that's been from a dribble inside or a direct entry pass. They've emphasized forcing that defense to shift, forcing the Rockers to help the helper and get out of place.
One more coming for Williams.
Williams with the to the fans over here for the Rockers.
Yeah, so there's a fan right behind the basket. I don't know who exactly he's rooting for, but my guess is Mariah Mitchell because he goes nuts every time she makes a basket. And he actually asked us at one point, are you keeping score? Because I think he wants to know how many points Mariah has. So the greatest hype man of all time is probably Flava Flav. He's number 2.
Not the Flava Flav mention.
There are no giant clocks in this gym. Oh, nice pass to Mishaw. And she got 2 as there was no whistle.
Mishaw had those eyes so locked on the rim she didn't even see Mitchell, just ran her right over.
Coming up on 3.5 to go. For a 20-point game, there's a lot of energy in here. And Williams hits the 3.
Williams is completely hyped up by the Mitchell and the Rockers fan section being her haters right now. She's using that to her advantage, Williams is.
Mitchell wants it. She'll take it. Rebound Smith. Mitchell up and good, 22 points.
Smith has been one of the only players for the Rockers that have done a really nice job today at bringing in O-boards. She is going after every single rebound.
Carter, mismatch on Mitchell and a finish.
Carter did not have her foundation or balance under her, but she was patient enough to gather it back up before going up for the shot.
Just about 2.5 to go. As the WBL showcase winds toward the finish line. It's been a fun afternoon and an early evening of ball here at Country Day. Shock are going to win the game, Lexi, but we've had a lot of juice in the gym in the second half because Mitchell's been so good for Cleveland.
Mitchell really brought such a highlight to the Rockers. The fans were able to get into it. Even the Rockers having fun with it. Outside of just Mitchell, who's obviously in another zone right now, her teammates have really gotten behind her, picked her up, supported her through it, and continued to feed those hot hands. That's a good sign if you're the Rockers.
Shot making on both ends in this second half. You saw a three from Rougeau, who's down at the other end. She's cramping. All right, Mitchell's got it. Her hype squad wants her to shoot it. Smith, wild shot amidst a couple, and Carter's got it for the Shock.
Shock not slowing down at all.
Austin, no. Carter, yes.
Shock does such a nice job at running in transition and not giving up on the transition. A lot of teams will pull it back if they see the defense is running with you, but if they're not in place, continue to ram that down their throat. That's what the Shock's been doing.
That's a nice drive by Snipes on Carter.
Snipes so off balance and with a tough angle. That was really good focus.
Carter, oh, what a fake. Whits it, makes it. I don't know if she was quite expecting the pass from Carter, but got the ball, made the jumper anyway.
And Whitsitt finds herself in the right place at the right time. That short corner is almost always open. That's where she camps out.
A rare miss from Mitchell in this second half. We're under a minute to go. Powell trap got out of the double. And Austin will slow it up. Lachelle Austin.
Just trying to have fun with it at this point.
Why not? It's a 25-point game.
Right.
She didn't get to do that a lot at Ball State last year, although they beat some teams by a lot of points.
And that could be the thing. Austin was under a strict regime with Brady Sally. She's out here trying to have some fun right now.
It's about a 5-second difference shot and game clock here, so the Shot got to put it up one more time. Austin. Oh, she didn't shoot it. She's going to shoot the three. Will this one go in? It will not. I think the only thing that went wrong for the Shock today is Lachelle Austin, who had such a good college career, only scored the couple of points. This is a sentence a lot of sports fans in Detroit have been waiting to say for a while. The Detroit Shock win. In the first game in the WBL showcase, the Shock get off to a big lead and hold off the Rockers in a spirited second half. Shock 83, Rockers 60. We'll get a break, come on back, and wrap up this WBL showcase from Country Day. The Shock win. The Detroit Shock winners, and we're back to talk about it right after this. We're back at Country Day where they're shooting on the court after the finale of the WBL Showcase. Shock 83, Cleveland Rockers 60. Your Detroit Shock are champions and winners. Again, Evan and Lex wrapping it up. You know, Lexi, the first half, Shock led by 24 at the break. Second half, the Rockers did beat them by a point. You could almost feel like in the first half, everyone was getting their sea legs underneath them, and then it all picked up in the second half.
Rockers did a much better job at making adjustments at halftime and capitalizing, utilizing their entire team effort in that second half. But Detroit Shock just came out and shocked the Rockers. Their phrase used to be shock the world. Today they shocked the Rockers, and they were led by Alana Mishaw. She was incredible today. Mishaw was such a strong forward from the mid-range game to the block, bringing the physicality and that beautiful jumper inside. Honestly, she reminds me of the old Detroit Shock legend forward Deanna Nolan. So good at the mid-range game, so physical, and also a defensive specialist. Mishaw had glimmers of that today.
Mariah Mitchell was so good for the Rockers. 24 points, a bulk of which came in the second half. You were talking about Mishaw for the Shock. Tate Grays made a bunch of threes in the second half. Kamari Donald was in double figures. Morse, the former Marquette great, made a few threes. You could see the balance and all that talent for the Shock that we were talking about early in the broadcast.
Beautifully balanced by Shock, which sometimes can be hard when you have as much talent on one team as the Shock does. They'll want to prove themselves, show who's the best. This team doesn't have that selfish mentality. They played such great team basketball, made that one extra pass, turning down a good shot for a great shot all game long. And we started to see Cleveland Rockers do that in the second half. They have a lot of promise out of this squad. You saw Tyler Bennett right there. She's going to be incredible if she continues to utilize her body and get fed by the guards. They'll learn each other and the chemistry as it goes.
Again, your final, Shock 83, Cleveland Rockers 60. In this WBL Showcase game at Country Day, where there's been a lot of high-level hoops played over the years and a lot of highlights on this Friday in August. It's not often you get to call some basketball professionally in August. So on behalf of Lexi and our entire crew, thank you to Ryan Reed for putting this event together. Shout out to our fearless leader, Christian Jackson, behind the scenes. And for the entire crew, and for Alexis Ayala, Evan Stockton saying, thanks for watching. The WBL is back, the Detroit Shock are back, and they are winners over the Cleveland Rockers. Go enjoy the rest of your weekend.